Hey guys, in this video I will teach you how to design spoon. If you have not seen my other videos, please watch them. It'll be pretty helpful while working on this design. This design I utilize surface modeling techniques, but yeah, this one's fairly complex than the other ones. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'll delete the ones I've already done. And we'll start. All right, so first thing what you want to do is turn on your planes, right? So I have already created that sketch, but what you want to do is click on your right plane and go to sketch like that and go to normal 2. And this is where you can begin doing your sketch, but I'll edit my sketch and we'll go from there. Sketch, edit sketch. So this is a sketch I created. I'll hide my datum planes for now. Click on the I button up here. So first thing I would start with is adding some reference lines like these, right? So all you have to do is click on line and just make a like a rectangle box here, something like that, and make sure these are reference lines, something like that. And I'll delete these dimensions and I will work with you. Do Okay, so once you add your reference line box shown here, go ahead and give it a dimension to your reference line. So I am working with inches. So down here, if you need to change your units, click on here and go to millimeters or inches. So I'm working with inches. Click on your smart dimension, give it a dimension to your reference line 425, and this line here, half an inch, and that should define your reference lines. Now what you want to do is create this profile here. All you have to do is go to 3-point arc, click on 1 point and click on this line here, and click below those 2 points. Here I have it snapped to the center, but you don't want to do that, right? So just go ahead and just click on the line and just click on that relationship and you can just delete it from there. Now you're able to drag that up and down, right? So that's what this line is here. So I will delete this guy. But here, only thing is that this line is tangent to that line. So click on that line, click on the hold down Control, click on the bottom reference line, and make it a tangent line. Click on this guy here, create another arc, something like this. Create another arc here, um, so which is that arc there. Click on it, this line, and hold on Control and click on this line and make it a tangent and do the same thing here. Make another arc, something like that, and hold down this arc and this arc. Control, hold down this arc and make it a tangent as well. And here I just added a line. Now I'm going to make this line collinear to this line. So click on this line and hold on Control, click on that line and make it a collinear, something like that. Now I'll start giving dimensions to these so it'll be defined, right? So I have the diameter here. So I give it go to Smart Dimension, click on this arc, give it a 22, right? click on this line, click on this point and give it 0.40. Click on this arc, make it 0.30, and click on this arc, and you can make it a nice number. You can make it like 1.15. Now you want to give it an overall dimension as well. So click on not that, your smart dimension. Click on this point and or either that point or that vertical line here. Give it like 6.25, something like that. Now it's fully defined here. Once you're done, just go ahead and exit out of your sketch. My sketch is hidden. You can unclick that and turn it on up here. So your sketch will look something like that here. So next, what you want to do is add. You'll need to make a few planes. I'm gonna hide my right plane. I'm gonna hide my top plane. So you'll need to make two more planes here. You'll need to make a plane, one here and one here. So what I'm trying to do with those new planes is I'm trying to make the profile of the spoon. So if you were to look at it from this view, I want some kind of arc like this, right? So how I could do that is one way to do that is click on this point, go to reference geometry, click on plane, and click on the front plane for a reference geometry. And you can press OK. And you can do the same thing back here, that point here, right? That point, click on that point, click on the reference geometry plane, and choose the front plane and press OK. And you should have a plane something like that. So on these three planes, I'll just draw the profile of the spoon, right? So I already have that. I'll delete these for now. So these planes, I'll hide my front plane here. I don't need it because I created that extra plane here, but I don't need to do that. The front plane should be that plane too. But I just made a new plane here, but I don't need to do that. My second sketch, you can just work on the front plane and I'll show you. So that my first sketch is this sketch that's made on plane one. So all you have to do is click on plane one, go to sketch, and you can make that profile. So I'll edit my sketch, and I'll go to normal too. So I just created an arc 130 by 75. Only thing I did here was, tricky part if it doesn't work for you, is just go ahead and create a reference line that's coincident to the bottom of that arc here. And this arc is snapped to that point there, the midpoint, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'll delete this guy. I'll delete my dimensions for now. So the center of the arc, I have it pretty much coincident to that the center axis. I could snap it to the plane, or I can make a reference line and just snap it and make that a reference line there, something like that. And you just want to make sure this arc is symmetric to both sides. So what you could do is click on that arc, that arc, and that arc. Oh no, not that arc. That point and that arc here, and just click on a midpoint relationship there. So what I did there once again was click on this arc, hold down Control. No, click on that point right? That which was snapped to the center point of this arc. And now what you want to do is that point, you want to make it symmetric. So click on that point and this, hold down control, click on that arc and you can make it a midpoint relationship, which I already did here. So I'm going to delete that also from there. So go back to normal. Now just go ahead and define a dimensions to these. Do a smart dimension to the arc and overall width 130, something like that. Now you will follow a similar concept on plane 2 and 3, right? So with a smaller profile. So I'm gonna edit my sketch. That's on plane 2. A sketch, edit. I'll go to normal 2. And that's that sketch, same thing. Follow the same concept, but with this profile here with radius of 55 and half an inch. Exit out of sketch. And same thing on my third plane. Is this profile here. I'll edit my sketch and give it a 30 and like 50 as well there, right? So once you have your sketch something like this, what we'll need to do next is we'll need to work with surfaces and we can do a boundary surface or loft surface feature to make this profile. So for this example, I will most likely use the lofted surface. Click on your lofted surface, click on your first profile. I click on this point and this point here. So what with that, what you want to do is these green points, you want to make sure they're on the same side. So if you have one green point here and this green point was not here, so it won't have it won't work pretty much. So the top uses those two sketches, and for the guide curve use this guy here. So and press OK. Rotate it and look to see, make sure it follows that path. You know what I could have done was created another plane and add another profile or another loft here. I could do it that way. Or what I can do is I can just extend this surface out and go from there. But let me finish the back section and we can see what we can do up there. So I'm gonna have to create another loft between that sketch and this. But I'll hide this for now so I have a clean sketch to work with. So I'm going to do another lofted surface, click on that point. I think you clicked on the sketch and that point. My green points are on the same side. And for the guide curves, I will click on the bottom profile and press OK. Right, I have this guy. Now both of my surfaces are up here. I can turn on my first one there. It looks really funny. Not sure why. I'm gonna hide my planes now. And I will use a extend surface feature and extend that out. So click on this guy, click on that feature, give it like 150 dimension. So it'll look something like that. Be careful here with what you do. Either linear will not follow the curvature of your earlier loft, but if you do a same surface, you'll tend to follow the curvature of that profile there. So something like that. Now here, what you have is you have two different surfaces here, two independent surfaces. We want to make them one. So you could do that by doing the knit feature. Click on knit surface and click on the first loft and the second loft and press OK. Now I have one surface body here. One. So now what you need to do next is on your top plane, you want to make a profile of your spoon. So go to normal 2, make a profile that's inside these surfaces, right? So I've already done that and I'll edit my sketch here. Um, Edit my sketch. Okay, I'll rotate it here. So I'm going to do space bar and do normal 2. And I'll hold down my shift and up arrow and my right arrow and down arrow. So it gives me, so I can with shift, when you hold down your shift and up arrow or down arrow and right or left, you're able to rotate it 90 degrees every time you do it. So that's pretty handy. I find it handy. So here's my profile of the sketch up here. Careful with how you do it. There's many ways you can do it. First thing I would do is just create a reference line here, and you can make that line and that arc. So you can pretty much, you can finish up one side and you can mirror your sketch. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'll delete this guy and this guy. So once you have this guy here is ellipse. So it's this feature here. If you click on this guy, um, click on the second time and the third click, do it like that. But this sketch, just stick it up here and you can add it, make sure add another line here, snap it and make that a reference so I know this is at the center of my um, yep, it's pretty much centered there. So you could do it that way and you can use these dimensions here. And here, all I did was I added, I'll show you how to do that. It's to say another 3-point arc, this guy, snap it here. And all you have to make sure is these are tangent. Click on this line, hold down control, click on this arc and make it tangent. And you can do the same thing here. Click on that arc, hold down control, click on this line and make it tangent as well. And you can define that dimension, smart dimension, click on this guy and give it a nice number, let's say like 0.5 or something, right? Same thing here, this is a line and here another 3-point arc here. And what I can do is I can just mirror these two about this line here so I don't have to, sit there and draw more lines when I can use features like these. So click on this guy, entities to mirror, click on this arc and this line and mirror entities about is this guy here and press OK. So just be careful up here. If it's not snapped, just click on the point from that line and point from that arc and just make it coincident there. So here I have a fully defined sketch. Now what I'll do is I'll use this sketch and I'll cut it from the surfaces here and let's see what that looks like. So I have my sketch on. So with your sketch on, just go ahead and click on your surfaces, click on trim surface, right? You can do a normal view from the top, press space bar, go to top view. Um, Here you have a couple options. You have keep selections, means whatever selections you want to keep, versus remove selection. And click outside and it'll just remove everything outside of that sketch. That's what I was telling earlier. Draw the sketch inside the surfaces so that way I can just trim outside from it and press OK. And there you go. It looks really nice here, right? Let's rotate and see what it looks like up here. because I didn't create that profile like I did with the other ones. Like these profile, I could do the same thing up here and not have that Sharpie point here, but for this purpose, this will do. But yeah, try it out and see how far you get along with that. Now, all I have to do is just thicken that and make it and convert it into solid bodies. And how I can do that is just click on surfaces here, click on this body, click on thicken, and give yourself okay, let's see what options I have here. Just toggle through these. You have like a center point, you have one side, bottom side, top side. Let's just put in the bottom side, give it some thickness, let's say zero point 0.03 inches, and press OK. And let's see what that looks like. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. But yeah, I mean, I don't like that. You can change if you want these to curve up a little bit, go ahead and change your features. You can increase that width a bit and make that up a little as well there. So yeah, play around with it and see how far you guys get. But yeah, so this using surface technique is pretty complex, but yeah, once if you master these, you will be able to do pretty much anything in SolidWorks. So yeah, this is probably surface modeling is probably the hardest modeling techniques that I have encountered so far. But yeah, so this is about it, guys. Thank you for watching, and